Yesterday, I filmed probably one of the most ambitious videos of my entire YouTube career. Welcome back to the Cool Penguin _ Gaming channel, and today we're going to be doing something slightly different. This is the Halloween special. Today, we're going to be riding a ghost train to a place called Goole. It's pretty spooky if you ask me. Ghost train, otherwise known as a parliamentary train, is a train run solely to fulfil a legal requirement. Originally, the term referred to services operated to comply with Railway Regulation Act 1844. That made train companies provide services which were cheaper and basic to the poor. This required at least one train of this nature to be run each day on every route in the UK. A huge contrast to the modern railways. Today, we'll be riding the 1758 return service from Leeds to Goole via Hensall. Renowned as one of the prettiest of these lines, and we'll be taking this from here in Castleford to all the way through to Goole. Now, sit back and enjoy the video. The journey we're taking today is just one of the 43 parliamentary trains that still operate in order to keep these unprofitable lines open. This can be due to a multitude of reasons. One is that they can serve as vital diversion routes. Although the one we are riding today isn't usually used as a diversion route, what we're riding today is the lesser used part of the Pontefract line. It only exists because it is cheaper to run it as a passenger service than to shut it altogether. It stops at Whitley Bridge, Hensall, Snaith, Rawcliffe and finally Goole. It takes around 30 minutes and it covers 16 miles, of which 6 miles is single track operated by token block. Here in Castleford, you'll see remnants of the once nationalised metro services on the signage, now run by Northern. It has a very new and modern looking station building constructed in 2020. Now, I did say earlier that this was going to be one of the prettiest lines in the country. However, if you look out the window, it's pretty dark, so we might not see anything today. So, meet you at Whitley Bridge. Now, as the train pulled out of Goole, I noticed that 90% of the train had cleared out. The only people that were left were me and my friend, and a few other people on the train. And that made me realise that that's why this train's a ghost train. It has such low passenger demand. However, obviously, as I said before, it's going to be cheaper to keep it open than to shut it altogether, because then you'd have to go through all the process of formally shutting it, which you might think is cheap, but it's really not. In fact, I'm going to find out the exact amount that it would cost for Northern to shut that line to passenger traffic, and I'll let you know by the end of the video. And now we shortly be arriving into Whitley Bridge. This station serves Whitley and Exborough, both small villages located 20 miles east of Leeds. Previous passenger numbers from the 2023 to 2024 season saw 1,202 passengers, which is 300 more than the previous season. Opened on the 1st of April 1848 with only basic amenities such as 2 metal shelters now. Now, the post note for Whitley Bridge. So, station I found was in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't see anyone get off or on. It serves 2 towns, and they have a combined population of around 3,000 people, situated on 3 county borders with West Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, and the East Riding of Yorkshire. Next, on to Hensall, which is the main attraction of this route. And now we'll shortly be arriving into Hensall, which serves the village of Hensall, hence the name. It's located 22 miles east from Leeds. You'll often see freight trains going to Drax from here. Last year it saw 802 people. This is a 426 people increase from the year before. Safe to say it's gaining popularity due to its location on a freight line for train spotters. And its beautiful signal box constructed in 1875 and closed for operational use in 2014. And its lovely station building, which is now privately owned. So now we find ourselves in Hensel. Hensel has a population of around 800 people. It's funny enough where I saw the first person get off the train. Situated on the quaint River Aire, which flows to the north of it, was originally named Eidshall, which roughly translates to Eden's Land. Now, what I said earlier about the signal box, I didn't actually see it because it was too dark. But the eagle-eyed of you will notice that I had my first run-in with the guard. This was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because he imparted knowledge with me, which would ultimately help the video out quite a lot. And you'll find out the first snippets of information he gave me at Snaith. This is Snaith. This single-track station serves the market town of Snaith, located 26 miles east of Leeds. All it has is one singular metal shelter, and last year it saw 1,482 people. This is 28 people decrease from the year before. And now we find ourselves in Snaith. Snaith is a single platform station which was the most used on the line last year. I saw quite a few people get on and off here, and even one person who missed their stop. A cool thing I was told by the guard was that even when going eastbound, the guard must dispatch from the east end of the train. This is because none of the other doors are allowed to open, apart from the local one. This is due to the way the platform was built. One end of it is a whole lot lower than the rest. Therefore, I'm 99% sure the only traction signed to the route is the Class 150 due to the smaller doors at each end of the train. So this station is single track. Station which serves the village of Rawcliffe. It's 28 miles east of Leeds. Last year it boasted 498 passengers, which was an increase of 56 from the previous year. It has a very short platform and once again a quaint station building, which again is a privately owned residence. This station is of course Rawcliffe. Now we find ourselves in Rawcliffe. Rawcliffe was another station which I saw no one get on or off at, apart from somebody who missed their stop. Still single track, with an even bigger drop than Snaith. In fact, I had to jump from the platform to be able to get back on the train, which is of course a bit of an exaggeration, but I did it anyway. The village of Rawcliffe is actually around half a mile north of the station, which is probably why nobody got off, apart from the person who missed their stop, and has a population of around 2,300 people. And now, some interesting facts about Goole, our final stop. So, Goole is the furthest east part of the line with a population of 20,400 people, with connections to Sheffield, Doncaster and Hull, situated fully in the East Riding of Yorkshire, now 30 miles east of Leeds. Its claim to fame is being the furthest inland port in the UK, capable of handling nearly 2 million tonnes of cargo per year. It's also referenced by J.B. Priestley in the play An Inspector Calls, which you'll see me reference later on, with its main character, Inspector Goole. And now we've made it to Goole, where this train terminates, and our spooky Halloween trip comes to its demise 2 days early. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and happy Halloween. I don't know whether you can hear this creepy music in the background, but it's kind of funny. It's like Inspector Goole music. Right, we're in Goole. It's like freaky Halloween music. Perfect for the video. Those of you interested enough to watch to the entire end of the video, this is your reward. So I did actually find out how much it might cost to shut down the line. So I couldn't find it anywhere. However, I consulted everyone's unreliable favourite friend, ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said it would cost around £250,000 to £1 million to shut down the line. Doesn't seem like a lot to a railway company, however, that line brings in quite a bit, considering everyone, considering I saw at least 5 people get on and off that train, and there's 3 trains that run that line every day. So that's quite a lot of money, and it would cost £1 million to get rid of. So it's easier to just run a parliamentary service than to not run a service at all.